Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Studio Scoria channel. My name is Mazarym, and today I'd like to share with you our latest, rather unanticipated, but exciting updates to the world map. This is map update 060422, also known as Slava Valscoria. Let's discuss. This is Valscoria. Valscoria is one of the oldest regions of the world map. Its last major changes introduced the islands of Izvokas and the larger island of Kisylania. That's the one with Nihilius, Haristia, Agalon, etc., give or take 2 years ago. Since then, it's undergone some minor changes, new islands and shapes, but has always relatively remained the same in this same configuration throughout history. Slava Valscoria will dramatically change the make of this region. So, let's get into the brief overview. This update is a major geographic overhaul of the region. For years, Valscoria has always been a series of islands, but for the first time, canonically speaking, Valscoria will take the form of a more traditional continental region, but still teeming with islands in proximity. This has huge implications for the history of the region, so it'll take some time to rewrite and reestablish the lore for those nations within Valscoria. We're also introducing a new nation, Scoria, which straddles the regions of Mazarym and Valscoria, sort of a fun and new link between these places. However, we won't elaborate further on this nation, unlike in the Amor de Casavea update video. Instead, we'll wait for the total regional overview to cover the region in its entirety. And also, just briefly highlighting some of the major conflicts and events that have transpired within the region, such as the Valscorian Wars, the Theos' Schism, which is a big one, Kuwaku and Wisdo, the Fotes Invasion, the 100 Years' War, and the Gusari Pirates. And then this is just some fun flavor art for this slide. We've got the Fotes Janissary cautiously eyeing up a Hajduk bandit riding in the battle underneath the large portrait of an ancient Valmoran ruler. The sentiment regarding a continental Valscoria has been expressed for a long time, but was never truly tested until now. Most of us thought it'd be impossible to appease everyone or find ourselves happy with the work that would transpire. This is because most of the player countries, or I should say 4 player countries reside in this region, so that's why I wanted to highlight that. But reimagining Valscoria in this light has been actually pretty inspiring, and in this update we're combining a lot of new with a lot of the old great stuff. This concept is far more rugged than its neighboring regions, so more than likely we'll revisit these other regions as well and roughen them up a tad, just so the world flows nicely. In picture here are just a handful of some famous Valscorians: Prince Yanis Zorbas, a Goakin commander in the Orthodox Wars, Mariane, a Tavibosan admiral, Baimar Lokan III, the Valmersian founder of High Vorochin, Sophia Constantine, the Valscorian empress during the Samandari Wars, Mara Ivona Virstova, a Haristan revolutionary leader, Dominik Rebegha, a legendary Gorzan angler, and Veracor, a Tellurian nobleman that fought against the Fotes. And without further ado, here is the new Valscoria, until further notice, but probably for a while. Boom! I love saying that. The vestige of 4 great empires swarm over the continent, while flourishing island nations orbit in tandem. The links between Valscoria and Laboka have never been stronger, with Mazarym, Tavibos, Savarak in decent proximity to northern Laboka. Meanwhile, Cantus, Nihilius, Arkandros joined hands with Basmare thanks to Scoria, our new nation that links these regions. Talmere is just a hop and a skip away between Rialea and Arcosia, which, by the way, also got a shape update, further justifying the Valscorian invasions of northern Talmere centuries prior. The Duramic lands are beloved but scorned by millennia of internal conflict. The string of islands that form the nation of Izvokas, that's a spelling change, form the ceremonial gateway into eastern Valscoria from Visuna. Perhaps the Skeleton King sailed through here from Lucinar into Vedenum, unraveling a path of carnage and strife wherever he tread. And nestled in the center of the region, the Yamin Hrenic world, where the ancient rocky shores of northern Valscoria have never known peace. Hrena, once the cradle of civility, remains the ancient holy land to 3 major world religions. There will be more to discuss when we establish new lore for the region, but these descriptions should bode well for the time being, I hope. And lastly, here's some of the plans going forward with these changes to the world map. That includes revisiting some previous segments of Worldbuilding Wednesday, particularly the ones we didn't upload to this channel, and that includes some of our earlier streams that spanned multiple but related topics. So give or take, if you remember, when I was covering, the series of questions from the science fiction Authors of America website. Those are really fun. We'll do that again some more. And while we finish covering these regions, you'll start to see nation overviews in the same format as well as some historic nation overviews. Probably the Malinkans and the Fates to come first, because in previous videos we refer back to these guys a lot because they had very important roles in history. We'll also begin covering segments on historic events, wars, outbreaks, voyages, you name it, we'll cover it. Boom. And as always with the map updates, that includes a lot of redrawing on and reworks on some of those key events. That's just the cost of introducing a huge map update such as this. And what is this inconspicuous gores and fish hiding? We're going to do it all live, all on stream. We really enjoyed the world population segment we did last week, and so we're going to try and make time to do most of this live on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Well, that about wraps up this map update. We hope you enjoyed our feature presentation, and if you'd like to see segments of our Worldbuilding Wednesday on stream, you can watch us every Wednesday night at twitch.tv/Mazarym. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.